Good afternoon, students. Today we are learning about chemical reactions and equations. This is the first chapter in the science CBSE 10th class. So first we have to know about chemical reactions. So very simple the definition. The breaking and making of new bonds between the different types of atoms of any substances. So it will be produce new substance. So this type of phenomenon is known as chemical reactions. Suppose we can take two types of changes, like a physical change and chemical changes. So what I mean by physical change, either be density or volume or by the physical unit change will happen, means that this type of changes are known as physical changes. Suppose we can take melting of ice. So the melting of ice means again it will converting into water. If we again we are heating, means it is converting into gaseous. So again we are cooling that vapors, means again it will coming to liquid. So again water will be freezing, means it will coming as a solid state. So this type of changes are known as physical changes. Coming to chemical reactions. So around us some chemical reactions are, it is irreversible reaction. We can call chemical reactions are irreversible reactions. Now we can take some examples of chemical reactions. Chemical changes, that is rusting of iron, formation of crude, next consuming of grains, next cooking of food, everything is almostly it is chemical changes. Fine. Now we have to know about what is the difference between physical changes and chemical changes. Very simple. Physical changes very temporary, like a stretching of rubber and melting of ice. So this and all. What do you mean by chemical change? So the chemical change is irreversible and it is called as a permanent reaction. So in this physical change there is no substance will be formed, but in the chemical change the substance will be formed. Suppose we can take the any paper. The paper, after burning paper, it is turning into ash, no? So this type of changes are known as chemical changes. Now we should know about the changes will be taking the some involvement of some reactions. That reaction is nothing but it is a chemical reaction. Any change that involves chemically, that changes are known as chemical reactions. So first we have to know what is meant by chemical equations. So already we know about chemical reactions. So what do you mean by chemical reaction? So which is involved in the chemical changes. The type of changes are known as chemical reactions. Now we are learning about chemical equations. What is meant by chemical equation? So already we learned in the 9th class also, matter neither be created nor destroyed according to law of conservation of mass. So as the same manner, depending on the law of conservation of mass, the chemical equation will be representing left hand side. LHS means left hand side, RHS means right hand side. Suppose we can take magnesium ribbon. The magnesium ribbon, what is the formula of magnesium ribbon? It is a Mg. When in the presence of oxygen we are burning the magnesium ribbon and it will be changing into magnesium oxide. Once you see here, the magnesium and oxygen we are representing in the left hand side. Both are reactant, both are combining. So that's why we are representing in left hand side. Now product after burning of magnesium ribbon, it is turns into magnesium oxide. It is a ash. Okay. So in the presence of oxygen, magnesium is burning and it is forming as a new substance. That is nothing but magnesium oxide. One more example we can take. Now the chemical reaction, how we can balance? Very simple. See, while writing chemical reaction, left hand side and right hand side, first we have to list out the name of the elements. So which elements are here? Magnesium, oxygen, only two we have. Now we have to list out left hand side how many are there, right hand side how many are there. Magnesium left hand side only one, right hand side also only one. Next oxygens how many are there? Two, but right hand side is only one. So actually magnesium valence is 2, no? So oxygen is existing as a gas. So the all gases will be existing as a diatomicity. Okay, if you want atomicity, you can comment in the comment section. I'll give the explanation about the atomicity also. So here both side we should balance. So magnesium, before magnesium also coefficient 2 will become. So when 2 Mg plus O2 giving rise to 2 MgO. So two oxygens left hand side and right hand side also two oxygens, one magnesium, and here also should be the two magnesiums. By mistake it is given the only Mg, it should be 2 Mg. Fine. One more example also we can take, that is very important. According to NCERT example, we have one more, that is iron. Iron symbol is Fe. Suppose it is nothing but like a rusting of iron. So as per the second example, we have to list out the number of elements. So how many elements are there? Iron 1, hydrogen 2, oxygen 3. 3 elements only we have. Once you see iron left hand side, how many are there? 1. But right hand side, how many are there? 3. Hydrogen, how many are there? In H2O, hydrogen is 2. In right hand side, in the product side, how many hydrogens are there? 2. So hydrogen only balanced, but remaining iron and oxygen is imbalancing. So this type of equations are known as skeletal equation. Fine. Now left hand side oxygen, third element is oxygen. How many are there? Only 1. But right hand side, how many oxygens are there? 4 oxygen atoms. So how we should balancing? This means very simple shortcut way I will give. So which is the highest number? Suppose iron you can take, right hand side is 3 is there, no, but left hand side only 1 is there. Just this 1 is multiplying with highest number. So here comparing to left hand side and right hand side, iron consisting of 3, no, right hand side, it is the highest number. So this highest number is multiplying with the 1. So 1 into 3, it will coming as a 3. Okay. Next we can take the, see here, just we are multiplying the which is highest number. We should get that highest number. So which number is suitable for multiplying, that number we are substituting here. So next you can see here, before iron we mentioned 3. So iron left hand side, right hand side, both are balanced. What about hydrogen and oxygen? We can take one more slide. See, so already we are giving the 3 for Fe, no, iron. Now we are balancing hydrogen and oxygen. So coming to hydrogen, already it is balanced. What about oxygen? Oxygen left hand side only 1 atom is there, but right hand side is 4 atoms are there. So simply you can give the 4 coefficient before the H2O. So we can take 4 and 4 to the 8 hydrogens and 4 oxygens are there, but right hand side 4 oxygens are there. Okay, fine. So oxygen is balanced. What about hydrogen? So we should give 4 here. 4 H2 will become. So after giving the balancing equation, we should write, for balancing equation we should give the equal numbers both side, left hand side and right hand side. This is the balancing equation. Now we have to learn about the some important symbols in our chemistry, that is solid is representing by small s, liquid is represent small l, gas is representing upside arrow mark and it is indicating like a G for gas. Next AQ, once you check your textbook, AQ is it is a aqueous solution. What do you mean by aqueous solution? Means it is the water soluble solution. It will be soluble in the salt solution. What is meant by precipitate, which is insoluble in the salt solution, that is known as precipitate. Okay. Now we can take above the equation, we should represent the temperature, pressure and catalyst. What is meant by catalyst? Means without involvement of any chemical reaction, it will be speed up the reaction. That type of substance is known as catalyst. Next we can take heat represented by the triangle. Suppose in any equation triangle is there, means it is like a heat. No need to confuse. Now we can take, for example, the reactions conditions such as temperature, pressure and catalyst are there, no? So we are taking this temperature, pressure and catalyst in the writing of balancing equation. Once you take the second example, CO, carbon monoxide, is reacting with hydrogen gas to form methanol. CH3OH is nothing but it is a methanol. So 340 atm is the units of pressure. As per our discussion, we should represent pressure, temperature and catalyst above the equation, above the arrow mark or below the arrow mark. As the same manner, see here, third equation, 6CO2 plus 12H2O giving rise to glucose, oxygen and water. See here, sunlight and chlorophyll represented above the arrow mark or below the arrow mark. This is called gives rise to. This arrow mark is towards to products. So this is the information about these symbols and all. Now in the first unit, first chapter, we have combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, oxidation, reduction, redox reaction, precipitation reaction, exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction. Very simple combination, generally what we can call combining. So here two or more elements will be combined to form the one product. But decomposition means what? It will be splitting, dividing. This type of reactions are known as decomposition reaction. Next, displacement reaction. Displace, replacing. One more element will be replacing less reactive element. More reactive element will be displacing less reactive element. This type of reactions are known as displacement reaction. Like a single displacement. If one element will be displacing means single displacement. Two elements displacing means double displacement reaction. Next, oxidation, reduction, redox reaction, precipitation reaction, and exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction will be discussing next class.